another little, just a tiny problem that we might come into, that might come into play here is the fact that the Grimstroke, great hero, great support hero, but he does all of his damages in large bursts, which is not really what Bloodseeker wants, right?
Exactly. That's exactly how you counter him, right?
Yeah.
So that's why I like this combo. I think the Viper was a smart pick in the off lane, and the potential flex the Viper brought also made us VP.P couldn't quite just destroy you mid lane, right? Because they couldn't just pick SF and be like, oh, I'm done with it, because then he would suffer against Viper. So I really like the drafting, honestly, at Winstrike. I think that in terms of drafting, I wouldn't say they would win, but I'd say they did a lot of smart trades.
Yeah, they did, and I think something that's maybe not going to be as good as that off lane is going to be this bottom lane. The Phoenix, again, it's just incredibly cooldown reliant. At least it does give you damage to destroy a Willow if she's in the Shadow Realm, so that's at least always going to be really, really useful. But just having God's Rebuke and Spear on a much shorter cooldown, frankly, than really Fire Spirits. I mean, 51-second cooldown at level 1 is balanced. It's balanced, I will agree, but it is so punishing in these early levels.
Yeah.
I mean, dyrachyo, he has to be the one actually to try and zone the Willow out a little bit because the Phoenix is not capable of doing it. Phoenix needs to pull because, again, without Fire Spirits, he is so weak.
Problems in this lane are kind of the same for both Jug and Phoenix. You are weak at level 1, but your power spike is at level 3. So within your weakness, you also find strength, because that means that once you hit level 3 on Phoenix and Jug, you're ready to fight. Like, this lane becomes yours. Well, not yours.
Yeah,
it's going to become much easier.
It will. Bramble Maze is particularly strong against Phoenix, though. It makes it quite treacherous to try and Icarus dive in or out, potentially. So there's a little bit of counterplay potential there. Maybe if Celebrity hits like a sick-ass Spear of Mars, pinning the Phoenix to a tree. There is some potential here for that, but for the most part, I absolutely agree with you. Level 2 Blaze Fury, probably...
Say you stole my dad.
That's a very specific thing to learn.
Yep, Duolingo for you, dude. That's one of the main phrases they use in one of the things.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Well, it's unique. At least you tend not to forget it. Mid lane, Void Spirit here versus Larl. It is going to be, of course, the Clockwerk combo. Careful here, Rebel taking a fair bit of damage, but he's going to have the Resonant Pulse Shield to stick around a bit longer. And even, I think he got that deny on the range creep. He was blocking it. Couldn't see it.
Well, this lane should be a slight advantage for Void Spirit early, and then Invoker starts to kind of take over the harassment. Void, that's for that one. I think Amber suffers in this match much more. And we're seeing it, right? Rabel's playing kind of aggressively. And the whole point is that as the Void Spirit, you actually do have a fair amount of kill potential here. So Invoker can't fully commit to trying to harass. If he commits too far, then a 4 will come out of nowhere and kill you.
Yeah, you can see Laurel's being particularly patient here with the Tornado. The last time we saw him use it, there was an overwhelming creep wave coming to support him. So if Rebel was going to try and fight him, he's like, yeah, sure, fight me under a big creep wave. That thing will beat you up this early on.
And we're seeing in the top lane, Bloodseeker struggling because of what we pointed out. Though I said that Bloodseeker is generally a good laner, this is one of the lanes that can beat him. The right amount of lane control with the right amount of pressure. He's still okay because he's the same as the Jug, but Viper has 29 lastings, mainly from the jungle, which he also runs. Okay, that was really weird.
Yeah, imagine. Yeah, just got a little bit too close
he got
there.
Tipped, yes. Yeah. These guys are the quickest tippers in the southwest, man.
In the southwest?
Of Russia.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. It's incredible. These guys are becoming the new OG. They are so on point. These guys were the first ones I saw that tipped someone for missing a D word.
Yep.
That was all VP.P.
I've seen that one as well. I mean, hey, it comes with the roster, I feel like, right?
Yes.
It must come with the territory there. You get the tag and you're like, by the way, I wanted to talk about my contract. I need to be forced to use all my tips in every single one.
Well, it just comes in their contract. We need at least 15 tips per game or you don't get your salary.
That's exactly right. Well, the fun fact, and it's a little bit of behind the curtain magic. Lobby matches don't count for your Dota Plus tips, so you get 10 of them. You get 3 of them each game. So that's why VP and
that's a great addition.
And now why VP, this version of VP, can just spam them without always having them. Because I guarantee, I mean, just like with regular Dota, they practice tipping in their pubs.
They totally do. Which is some of these? I don't actually know of any of these guys. I would be enjoyed to see how they feel in a casual setting. Often not very accessible to us English language.
Yeah, he's dead. A little bit too close. Shadow Realm got plenty of damage to cut through you. Nice little trick there with the stick and fairy fire, trying to stay alive. But once again, level 2 spin there, just proven to be too strong.
So the side lanes on paper for VP.P should be quite strong, but because of the matchups they've been forced against, I think they're dealing with these side lanes quite nicely. The top matchup I already spoke how great it is, but the bottom matchup, as we can see, a bunch of area magical damage against Mars and Willow, both of which are kind of weak against the same idea. Magical area damage can follow you. It's great, honestly. And this early game for Winstrike is looking nice. Mid lane, also fine for Void Spirit. Invoker can't quite harass him with a fear of potential ganks from the Clockwerk, who, by the way, is showing himself... Sorry, not showing himself in lane very often, unless he wants to go for a kill. And this is on purpose, to always threaten the mid lane.
It is. He's one of the scary rotation. It's like when you play against a Pudge, you know, you're like, this is a free win. I just can't get hooked in the laning stage. Because, you know, it's about the danger of potentially having him gank your lane. Nice Bramble Maze there being forced out by forcemajor. Celebrity. He's going to have a healing salve, so he's going to be actually just about out of regen now. 2 tangos. Not a whole lot at this stage, but now they will be able to scout our Clockwerk. He's actually going to be picked up, actually not by the Observer Ward. Now he will. Larl might back off just a little bit here. Continue to play it safe. Top lane, this is going to allow Notice to, well, ideally, in theory, you'd be able to play a little bit more aggressively, but he barely wants to step in that poison to get the range creep denied. chshrct, almost the free top lane for him.
Because he doesn't see the Clockwerk, right? It's the Clockwerk's playing with vision that makes the Bloodseeker always so afraid. Notice how now he's moving, as we see the Clockwerk moving towards the Grimstroke. Notice is either, okay, I'll go for yamich or I'll go for the lane. He feels more confident because he knows he's wasted the batteries.
They don't even want to go for the Inkswell damage there.
Oh, no, they can't.
They can't. I think he's dead. Someone's rotating.
Yeah, this could help him out. And actually, counter kill for the Viper. Larl's coming in. He's a really good hero to come in. To the Tornado, you catch chshrct, and they guarantee the kill on chshrct. Yamich in a similar position, also going to die. Okay, what a rotation, Larl. That was on point.
Yeah, very, very nicely done. TPing as well behind the trees to make sure that he was going to be pretty much unscouted there, although not as good of a rotation unfortunately from our Willow. Tries to do something quite similar. Shouldn't have too much HP and doesn't, but we've used both Astral Staffs with the Arcane Rune, mind you, so those will be back a little bit quicker than you might think, but good damage here onto the tier 1 tower. No catapult wave needed here. Celebrity down bottom, getting span at here by the Juggernaut. Nice job on the God's Rebuke. Is going to push them away just enough.
Span at?
Spun at, span at. You know, it's like a spanner.
Yep, yeah, okay. That's Mars surviving the onslaught. I honestly thought he was dead there, so that was pretty nice.
Really good.
What was it? The good patience, right? To throw the spear, even while getting hit by Blade Fury, going, no, I need to spear this Phoenix or I'll die, and then proceed to walk forward. That kind of patience is something that often is overlooked for pro players because we just assume it's normal, but controlling your nerves and anxiety in situations like these differentiates tier 1 from tier 2.
Okay, so our Larl Invokers went for a tiny bit of a different build. Rupture onto chshrct, used very defensively. Not ideal here, unfortunately.
Yeah, but this game, I think Notice is going to play recovery. He's playing catch-up. He knows he's not going to go for any fights.
Nice yoink there by the Void Spirit. Regen rune. Larl tries to deny it, drops the EMP, but a quick little dissemblate will save him from burning all his mana. Right now, I mean, it's looking so good for Winstrike in terms of CS. Dyrachyo, not a really easy lane for him, not too hard, especially now that he has level 6 and the Phoenix has more levels. Pardon me, but is keeping up in terms of CS, and in fact, just about tit for tat here in terms of with Notice. Careful here. No, not enough mana for the Omni Slash. Could pop the wand for it, but be too recommended there. Of course, Mars, all he's got to do is walk forward. Oh, he doesn't have the point in Bulwark, actually. So he's actually pretty vulnerable to right now to an Omni Slash. I don't know. They should know, because you can hear that. There's an audio cue on Bulwark, much like Bristleback.
It's true. So you know that there is no Bulwark, which means Omni Slash is the thing, but you could try to divide it between the Willow and the...
Yep. They've also now shown the Grimstroke down bottom, so basically top lane has been abandoned right now. Not too late, not too early. Notice at least does get level 6, so he could potentially defend himself against Jungle Invaders. Jungle Invaders is what I meant to say.
It's not like English is your first.
You know, what are you going to do?
Can't use my excuse here. Maelstrom is soon going to be built up with a Bloodseeker though, so he's not too far off the timing. Usually you want Maelstrom around minute 10, so not too awful. But chshrct has a good impact this lane. And notice like, oh wait, a TP, my mortal enemy. Yeah, I cannot stop this. Yeah. Going for Yamich, Cogs, his second mortal enemy.
Tornado. They just need vision. He might be a little bit too late. No, he's got it with nicely done there.
That was a good TP by Yamich. He's gonna die though, of course now. Yeah. It was a good attempt because it's nighttime, so likelihood was you would survive there.
Yeah, but I like this by Winstrike. They go, all right, Larl, you leave the lane again. I'm gonna push. They even fortify offensively, I believe, for this bottom lane in an effort to try and get more damage onto the tower. However, they have now caught Rabel. It's hit him as well with plenty of lockdown. He's gonna have to get off a really good dissemblate and does. Dodges most of the Cold Snap as well as the Cursed Crown.
Yeah, the this early game for Winstrike is looking quite strong, right? And you kind of took away the theory that Winstrike had, or the VP had, which is strong lane to the Bloodseeker Mars, you know, try to win that, and Invoker giving you space. Larl's more been playing catch-up than anything else, trying to make sure his cores can farm again. And he's making sure they stay somewhat farmed. You're already seeing Bloodseeker being above Winstrike, or above...
I mean, hey, it's really close.
He's close.
It's
but
really close.
This, of course, comes because Juggernaut's also been playing really aggressively, rotating a lot, trying to get kills, which I think is the right play. As Jug has an early power spike when you max Blade Fury, you're probably the strongest hero in the game for a while, like 3 minutes.
Yep.
And then you start farming.
Yeah, they've got some counterplay here, specifically with the Soulbind is going to be really, really strong against the Jug. They're going to go for a kill though on the mid lane Invoker, yamich with the dust, and now the hook shot to follow through. We get the wand charges off to Larl. He's going to run fast, not fast enough. The Astral Step will close the gap. Celebrity looking for an arena, can't find a good one here. He's actually maxed his spear, no points in the bulwark. Arena ready, but they want to maybe go in and fight a little bit more. Great job there actually on the 8th Remnant. They've got no chance to destroy this egg. The tower's going to fall along with Mars. Pantomem, he's going to be happy with that one. Nice job there, VP.P. Not a chance world.
Yep. Is 2K lead now for Winstrike with a lineup that's honestly good for snowballing as well with the Viper Void Spirit. And it's kind of the ideal situation. That Viper pick really meant so much this time to this team as Winstrike. I honestly didn't expect it to do that well against Bloodseeker. I expected a bit of a better lane by Bloodseeker, but I think it just shows chshrct's consistency. He is the most veteran player in the team in Winstrike, and there's a reason why they always play.
Almost the league if it weren't for Dendi on bait. Laurel came from bottom.
Oh, no, not a league though, because you also have Funny.
Fair.
Yeah, you have a lot of veterans in this league. chshrct's dead, walking it out. He doesn't want to give it to the Invoker, so he gets that gives it to Bloodseeker, which I think is equally as valid.
Yeah, I mean, that probably would have been the Midas. Not quite completed, but a little bit closer than it is now anyway. So chshrct taking a death from the bot lane. It takes 4 heroes, though. But hey, nice positioning from VP.P. I think they probably knew Winstrike just wanted to destroy all the tier 1 towers at around now, right? So they preemptively rotate 4 heroes down there to make sure that doesn't happen. And now they're going to push opposite here, despite not having the mid tier 1 or the off lane tier 1. That's fine. They're just going to go for maybe even a kill now on a Phoenix. They force the Icarus dive. Nice timing there by Pantomem.
Very, very good Icarus dive. Mars like, my walls is not sturdy enough to keep this burn inside. Instead, though, they're going to catch more notice with the Viper Strike. Can he stop his TP, though? Notice? Did the images? No. No, they did. They killed him in base thanks to Viper Strike. Celebrity, the next target, and in comes Rabel, guaranteeing the kill onto Celebrity and trying his best against the Dark Willow. Impossible, but you already got 2 very valuable kills. I'd say that's a win.
Yeah, that's a big win for Winstrike. Nice job there identifying that. Oh, no arena? We are super strong right now.
That was fantastic, honestly. Really well played by Winstrike. Nice TP. And good rotation by Rabel, who was actually running, like, as soon as the Phoenix got out, he started running down bottom, which is quite a proactive play there.
Yeah, quite a pro play even. Yeah, really showing that he deserves the stuff. He's actually going for the Witchblade this game on the Void Spear, and I've seen a lot of heroes build the Witchblade. I've seen this one once before on the Void Spears.
I think we saw it together.
I can't remember.
I remember seeing it once as well, so it must be. Yeah, I don't think it's bad on Void Spirit, right? It's extra damage, the slow is nice. You have a really good int game.
The slow is really, really nice on the Void Spirit. On any melee hero, of course.
And the damage is good. I mean, why not, right? It combines well with your Astral Spirit. I think the projectile speed is obviously nice when you're playing like Invoker or Puck, but it's not the big selling point of the item.
No. That's not what you build it for. And speaking of projectile or just speed in general, Laurel's going to now have the Midas completed, flying on his way to the courier now. So plus 40 attack speed for the price of just over 8 gold. He's going to be looking to get some more. Of course, I praised it last game, and I'll praise it this game.
I think it's the right building.
Yeah, we've got even better setup situationally here with the Arena of Blood.
Mars gonna signal a point in board.
Dire's top tower
no.
is under attack.
Well, it's a Viper, so what's the point?
He's not wrong.
Denying a squad, but they know where your Viper is, dude. They denied you saving the Viper. And chshrct, there's the Arena of Blood. They use the Bedlam as well. chshrct is tanking this entire thing. Even with the Grimstroke Soulbind, now finally he should die. No! He survived until the Grimstroke hit him one single time, guaranteeing the kill, losing 2 supports in the process. Rupture to make sure Juggernaut cannot continue forward. But VP.P, yeah, you got a core, but you lost 2 heroes in return. Not the best trade.
Yeah, I mean, it's not the best trade either for VP.P. I don't believe we did use Omni there pretty ineffectively as well. Oh, hold that thought. Who's over here? Oh, okay, never mind. Ribble's gonna find Larl.
Which way?
Yeah. He just kept running. He's like, I have a feeling you got Midas delivered mid-fight. He's gonna want to Midas something. Let me go over to the first thing I can Midas. See you later. Out come the tips.
Yes, actually.
All right. I mean, hey, then that's gonna be a big win then. At first, I wasn't so convinced, unless they had stuck around and pushed the tower. But now I'm yeah, Winstrike.
Now with the Invoker kill, it's like, yeah, sure, Winstrike got that. 2 for 2, but you got 2 cores. Sorry, you got 3 for 1. Sorry, you got 2 supports and 1 core. The more valuable
for your offlaner, who's chshrct. So he's like, yeah, sure.
And he's meant to die anyway. He's a Viper, right? He's supposed to take a bunch of damage, then fall to. Dyrachyo almost has the Manta style as well. Very useful this game against Bloodseeker, particularly.
Yep, it's on the way now. We've got the ultis ready to go again, notably the Nova. Hookshot was ready that entire time. Viper Strike low cooldown. So really, we're just looking for big 3, being the Omni Hookshot and.
Well, Bloodseeker is not working too well this game, and usually when you lose the early, bye-bye Invoker. Everybody's not good enough, dude.
Yeah, it's too late.
It actually is.
And forcemajor's like not even slow on that or anything. He just,
no. He
what
just
is he gonna do?
Calculate that. There's no way you can predict the Clockwerks in the hookshot your Invoker, right?
Oh, they might even get a kill down bottom as well on the celebrity. He's gonna be out of position. Sunray, searching. Okay, he's just gonna keep walking. They have TP. He does.
Yeah. Just waiting. Oh, he likes living life on the edge.
He really does, yep.
He's a Firebird. ADSA dies in the middle lane. Celebrity is just gonna stay there. Alright, he's made a little home for himself in the trees.
He's gonna retire now and live in the Dota jungle out by the tier 1. Maybe open up a little shop here. 7.30 Mars shop right here in the corner.
I do this a lot in my pubs. I don't know if that's.
Now he's back. He just ran right into the creep wave.
Okay, he wanted to cut the wave, obviously, but he didn't see that the Phoenix was gone. Okay, Celebration Arena? Because you're gonna die?
No,
Funeral Arena?
It was not a bad idea, so... Oh, goodness. It's another kill onto the Invoker, by the way. Couldn't even catch that one in time.
Okay, now they're stopping. Now they're properly stopping.
Yeah, they really are. I mean, that was all Void Spirit as well.
I was expecting a much better performance from VP.P.
DD Rune, thank you very much, as Rebel. But what I was going to point out there is that, of course, the projectiles are get blocked by walls.
Oh, of course, that's why he did it.
Oh, that's why he did it. Unfortunately, he's already Viper Striked, and Sunray goes through the walls. And
another Toxin does as well.
Toxin. Yeah, so it's a good effort. He decides that, you know, they really want to hold on to that bottom tier 1 tower so they can let Bloodseeker farm here in some semblance of safety. But, I mean, really, it looks like Winstrike are quite content to keep them this little area of the map while they farm the rest of your map, their own map, and get your structures.
So the problem with this Bloodseeker is that when you build Blood Rage and not Blood Right, you're much better at farming the safe farm, but you're terrible at farming dangerous farms because you can't really use Blood Rage to clear the creep wave, right? So this becomes an issue for the Bloodseeker when you're like, all right, what do I farm now? I'm supposed to be farming super quickly because my Blood Rage, and he's actually staying at a decent net worth for the map control he has, but it's just not enough. That's not the purpose of the hero.
All right, so we've seen this one once before, maybe even twice, I would argue, when they try to go down bottom. They look for the Phoenix. Pantomem preempts the rotation this time. He's like, my team's showing top lane. That means if I show, I'm probably going to die. At this stage, it's really not worth defending this bottom tier 1. You know, if VP.P, if they decide you really want this bottom tier 1, have at it. They say, Winstrike instead, they'll take a tier 2 tower for their troubles. They're quite happy with that. That is a good Blink Dagger completed for our Mars, now flying on the way, which should explain the lack of items here. 18 minutes.
Dire's tower has fallen.
Yeah, but like as Winstrike, you take it over the map this time, and you're actually taking objectives much earlier than last game, where we also see a similar double. You also have a much more early game and snowball-oriented lineup, so it stands now to VP.P to do something. If they can't accomplish anything, this game is just going to get out of hand. And there's no way they can recover this because you don't even have a force multiplier. Mars is okay, but he's not high gunner, he's not a Nick.
No, yeah, even having Roar into
because at least you can catch
better.
People, right?
Yeah. This game, it's already a lot harder. They're smoking. Obviously, they don't want to run into the main force of Winstrike because they're much too weak at this stage of the game. They definitely know it. No one's showing on the map, so Winstrike are just going to recall the boys now. Everyone to the triangle. Let's all watch our Jug farm. I suspect there's a smoke on the way for a counterplay. The two were in the inventory of Yamich. How they want to play this one.
To Winstrike's credit, though, they've been playing an incredibly clean game compared to last game.
Well, yeah, and I think we know why, seeing as to how last game ended.
I wouldn't say they're playing defensive, but they're not overextending at all, really. They're just kind of going for the kills and CS easy and taking objectives when they have nothing else to do, which is the right play. This is your Radiant, Roshan is much easier to you because that's your triangle, of course. You've already taken tier 2 top, you've already controlled the jungle. Your map movement, space control is fantastic. And VP, that's why they're struggling to find any semblance of farm. Even if Bloodseeker, like I said, is honestly not doing badly, it's just because that's at the expense of them both cards.
Right now, they simply cannot contest the Roche. They even give it to Rabel as well, who's again having a fantastic game. BKB and Witchblade at the ready. DT Rune in the bottle and Haste activated. It's go time here, I think is what. Up out of the Roche pit. Larl no longer wants to be here. Oh man, he really doesn't want to be here. Smoke's going to break on a couple of heroes here. They know the Invoker was somewhere nearby, but they're not running bot lane. They're running for his life. Mars and Willow in a bit of an awkward spot now. They're not going to guess there though, so for now they get to live, but we should probably gather around for a serious push somewhere. By the way, 20-minute bounties in terms of the Radiant, in terms of outpost bounties, both going Winstrike here.
Yep.
So it's a pretty big swing of 700 XP early on.
You don't mean bound. Oh, right, you mean the XP. The outposts, yeah.
Outpost bounties, yeah.
Oh
no, someone's dead, by the way.
Okay, they're going to go for yamich, but no, it's going to be an easy kill on Celebrity. Chshrct finds DSA. DSA is also going to die.
Yeah, not much you could do there, unfortunately. Willow's going to throw down the Bramble Mace to try and slow this push a little bit. Does aggro the creep wave over, which means the tower, well, it doesn't matter.
But also Willow might die. Rabel, really looking homicidal right now.
Yeah, he really wants it.
He wants the Astral Step in, but the blood rate sends up, but he's like, okay, I won't.
All right, fine.
You could even tell that he was like restraining himself, walking slowly towards the Willow.
Definitely the wise move to make. Now 12k up for Winstrike. They want to get this fourth win. They know what they stand to lose here, what they potentially stand to lose here with a loss, and what they potentially stand to guarantee really is, I think, the calculus that they are doing. Tornado should set up beautifully here for the Blood Right. It does. First crown as well. Celebrity gets a nice 3-man arena. He's immediately going to be turning kills. The Soulbind on to 2. Where is the follow-up? Good question. It's
they didn't have Rupture available, actually, so I don't know what the Soulbind was doing.
It was on cooldown for another 10 seconds.
Yep. I don't understand why you would reinitiate without Rupture or Soulbind, which is supposed to be your combo, right? Like, you Rupture Soulbind into arenas and terrorize, you actually stand a chance of just surprising them, right?
True.
I don't think it was a bad combo, but not if you miss timing like that.
Yeah, certainly not. Jug, by the way, not even really showing up to these fights. As he goes tipping Celebrity. Celebrity will go, hey, here's one looking at you, kid.
Dire's bottom tower has fallen.
Clockwerk, I think, oh, he had Blade Mail on the way, but it looks like he got it killed by a tower or something. Sorry. He got Rabel. They hit him with the Rupture. Not that maybe though. Can he continue to fight here? He really wants this kill onto notice. He's going to have to stop and wait a little while now.
Oh, okay, the Rupture didn't matter towards the end. That's similar to... Oh, he's alone, actually. It was Rabel alone.
He's completely alone.
Four.
Yeah.
Well, Rabel, you showed some restraint earlier. Can they punish him now?
Life.
They do have the Omni available on the Juggernaut. He just tried to kill the Grimstroke. Will kill him with just simple auto attacks. No need for Battle Sword or Blinker at all. Supernova is used, but doesn't actually stun anyone, so definitely going to be a kill onto the Grimstroke.
Yamich must have ran into an EMP along the way or something, because he loses all of his mana.
Aegis was kind of wasted there, but honestly, at least the Aegis allows you to make these kind of plays.
Yeah.
Oh, Blink Dagger on Viper, okay.
Sure, but that's the kind of thinking that gets you to say, ah, guys, I'm going to sit up here and we're going to win the game. And you,
I'm telling you, VP can still win this. Just need a good initiation.
I agree, that's what I'm saying.
I'm never discounting them off any game ever again. I don't see Celebrity, but they see him now.
Yep. Oh, he blinks. Nice blink.
I like the chshrct blink though as well. Like, it's a good idea to get Rod of Atos just hit the actual objective.
Yep.
We also, by the way, that kill from Rabel did waste 10-second BKB. Bloodseeker, the long BKB charges, particularly 10, 9, and 8, need to be used to a great effect.
Yep, it's going to be one better than for Winstrike, as that was the 9-second BKB, to be more. Second BKB earlier. We're also now, well, Rupture's back up at this point, so that's going to be the last outer tower remaining demolished here for VP. Hook shot, they've caught one in the river. It's going to be the Willow. We've got enough mana for the Cog. Careful that bad one, though. Nope, Yamich enjoys the pain. He's going to turn. He's got his team here to back him up. forcemajor. Count. In the meantime, it looks like Notice is fighting versus chshrct. They have managed to catch him alone. Need to use the Rupture for that one either. 4v4. Verbal trade there for VP.P. Slowly getting kind of choked. Right now, they're having trouble really base as this game is turning.
Yeah, I mean, they're getting choked because where do you even farm right now? Like, who's even your dead laner, right? Grimstroke kind of can do it and push out lanes, but he can't really cut lanes.
They're all kind of dead lanes at this stage of the game as well.
Yeah, but like, who's the one that can cut lanes or elongate this game, right? Invoker, sort of? Bloodseeker, sort of? You know, Grimstroke, if he just stands in base.
You got good wave clear. You got good wave clear. Right
Yeah,
there.
but not he feels like fuck. That can clear for free. Omni-slash pull for the Mars. Omni-slash is not going to kill him, but the last hit will. As Yamich can survive this onslaught. In goes Rabel, catching the Dark Willow. Fair amount of area damage. Just get hit with a Rupture, but they kill the Willow regardless.
Yeah, now that it's going to chill. I mean, he's still got his VP.P there. We only use Omni-slash. Once again, our boy Yamich just loves running into EMPs, but he's going to be going for the Aghanim Scepter next for the overclock. What's better than one hook shot, but two as, oh my goodness, you madman Rabel. He's going to jump in trying for Larl there, the Invoker.
They actually fortify just to ensure this push happens. Of course, Blade Fury, it does deal damage to buildings, but you can auto-attack buildings to Blade Fury on, so right way to just ignore that EMP, Blood Ride, constant attack. They have a catapult now for this next wave, but they forced the enemy glyph. That's good.
They forced the glyph. Mars is respawning. They learned their lesson from last game. I think it's suffice to say here. We're seeing a much more restrained and organized Winstrike, I would say. A couple deaths here and there. The Aegis death especially was a little bit of a question mark, but by no means is a pro. They're going to smoke out of the base here, VP.P.R. Go for a little bit of a Sully outplay. Unfortunately, that's going to be scanned by Winstrike, who have seen this one be. Though, alone here, pops the VP.P though, and he's just going to be able to, he even gets the haste rune. Dude, what is, he might go back in. He's got the team now coming right on over. Celebrity nearly dying to him alone. That was a shot at the ready, Yamich. Animation canceled. They got the ward now on the high ground. Hope shot will connect onto the Grimstroke. Otherwise, though, in a good position here. Doesn't matter, though. DSA is going to die. Rupture onto dyrachyo as well. He's going straight for Larl. It's really a divide and conquer strategy here. As in a lot of trouble is Larl. He's going to be forced off eventually. As Rabel looking for the support. Sunstrike, not going to get that kill. Good damage, though.
That was a good fight though. I agree with Divide and Conquer. You don't kill the Invoker, you only kill the supports, but honestly they wasted their ultimates on you anyway. You didn't use Omni-slash there, I think it's fine. The only big resource you used was the BKB on Void Spirit. Yep, it's okay. Also Rabel's playing whatever he wants.
And a hook shot, right? And
like you say Winstrike is playing more patient and more detained, but then you watch Rabel and you go, okay, except for him.
That's I mean, to be fair, he was the guy that was chilling on the cliff last game, right?
That's also true, right? This guy, I mean, at least very fun to watch, so.
He is? That's for sure. Gotta give it to him.
You never know if Rabel's gonna make the play of the century or the massive throw. It's hard to tell. Yeah, he's a very skilled mechanical player.
We have seen plenty of heroes or plenty of players kind of just chill on those cliff and then actually turn it into a fantastic fight, right? So it's not to say that he's just there to throw the game, but last game it's kind of unfortunate.
The constant Blood Ride is, again, not that great at deep pushing because they reduce the damage a bit. You don't go for Veil Discord or anything. Even if you Blood Rage yourself with the Blood Ride, it doesn't do enough. You should have a good high ground defense, but not against each other. That's a good initiation, though, by Celebrity. They got a Rupture off. I couldn't really tell on who, though. Scratch still conserves the Omni-slash, and they're just tanking it. There's the Omni-slash finally going on for Notice, and that Omni-slash will destroy Notice and his Willow immediately with a Supernova drop. That Supernova will guarantee the kill on Celebrity. Larl hiding in the trees and calling it GG. GG? Yep. Larl protecting his ADA there towards the end.
Yeah, you know, he can't die. He needs to look good on the Dota buff, right? Chicks dig the Dota buff ADA.
Yeah.
They say. But I mean, just Winstrike, they like, hey, we shouldn't have lost that second game. They should have. Probably a little bit upset that they did, but they show that, hey,